Hey everyone, welcome back to another planning vlog on our channel. I'm Mitchell.
I'm Amanda.
And hopefully you guys know us. If you don't and you're just joining us now, we got an exciting Disney vacation coming up that we are wanting to deep dive in and plan more. We have Jackson, who right now is just a little over 2 years old. He's starting to do a lot more things at Disney, and we're super excited about this trip and taking him down there and experiencing so many different things. So we thought, why don't we plan more, deep dive more, and share that with you guys?
Because we do like a lot of research and we do a lot of like talking and chit-chatting about it, and so we figured we could just kind of share like our thought process and how everything goes with you guys. Tonight we're going to be trying to look at park hours. So park hours are not available just yet for when we are going in September, but we're going to try to base it off of last year's calendar, and we also know when Mickey's Not So Scary is going to be, so we know the park hours for Magic Kingdom that day anyway. And then we're also going to be looking at dining reservations. So this will be Jackson's third trip, and every year we have done a breakfast, a character breakfast with him. So we've been talking a lot about what character breakfasts to do. Just to recap, what are the last two that we did?
So the most recent one we did was Ohana's at the Polynesian Village Resort, and the time before that we did Chef Mickey's. So those are the two that we've done, and we had great experiences. He loved them both, and that's why we were going to continue to do it.
Yeah, he's a really big character kid, and both times we had really good times, so we want to try somewhere new this time. We'd like to try somewhere new to like us too. We really haven't done many character breakfasts, but we keep trying to lean back to one that we've already done. So we'll see. We're gonna look at menus again. We're gonna maybe check out some YouTube videos and see some reviews of some places we're looking at.
So right now we're doing our planning vlog outside. We're doing a weekend vlog at the same time. So if you're new to the channel, check out our weekend vlogs. We do those every weekend, and we just share like what we do here in Tennessee, which is where we live now. So we're making steaks and we're hanging out, but more than likely we're going to move inside in just a moment.
Because I just got attacked by a bug.
Yeah.
Twice, actually.
Yeah, I think it was the same bug too.
It was probably the same
so
bug.
we'll probably see a change in scenery, but I'm really excited to deep dive and like look into all this and start planning and really like get to know what our trip is going to look like, and really not necessarily have like strict guidelines of everything, but have more of a general idea of like how we're going to be spending our day with Jackson at the parks.
Yeah, and this will be our first trip with just the three of us. So we'll be meeting my friend Noelle down there. She lives down there, but it'll be just us three traveling and just kind of doing everything and planning everything. So we're really excited to, usually we go with a lot more people in the family, so we're really excited to like just think really selfish and like, what do we just want to do?
Yeah.
So it'll be really great. So we love going with the family and we love going with each other, so we're really excited to just go with the three of us just as a little family this time.
I agree. All right, let's jump into it. So the first thing that we've got to figure out, and something we've discussed, is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Yeah, so we've been talking about taking Jackson to it, dressing him up, probably get him 2 Halloween costumes this year, one for Not So Scary and one for regular Halloween.
Let's be honest, there's probably going to be 3. There's going to be one for Not So Scary, one for the daytime in the parks while we're down there, and one for home.
I know. I just love Halloween. I think he'll look so cute in whatever he wears. We're really excited to take him. He is really into music. He really loves the characters. He really loves parades. We think he's going to love the stage show. He keeps pulling out Mitchell's like D23 book of the Sanderson sisters from like last year or 2 years ago. So
he goes, Mary.
Yeah, he really likes it. So we're really excited to take him. We'll keep him out late. And I think there's only one night available for Not So Scary when we're there, I think. So we're also going to take a look at that, look at prices, and just kind of see what they've released for it so far.
Yeah, so let's do it. So I always love seeing the Mickey Not So Scary videos and just little previews, and if this little mini video here does not get you hyped for Disney, then I don't know, or Mickey's Not So Scary, I don't know what will, because this just looks so much fun and so spooky, and it brings me back to fall, and I can't wait. So we need to check out and see when the Mickey's Not So Scary tickets are available for, what dates are available for, and see if it fits in our timeline.
So the price varies by day that you're there. So in August they had some for, what was it, 110 I think?
Yeah, let's go back real quick. So August, 119. That looks like the cheapest is August, so 119.
And then so the one that we'll be going to will be 129.
which really isn't bad. Only $10 more, which tells me it's more of a quiet time. We're not purchasing our tickets today, so that also makes me feel a little bit better about not worrying about the tickets selling out soon.
Because they're still available.
Because they're still available, yeah. And Jackson, thankfully, doesn't have to purchase a ticket because he's still young enough. Yeah, so that's a benefit as well. So we're going down, like we said, the 1st of September and leaving on the 6th. So the only day we have available would be Monday the 2nd. So we fly in Sunday midday to evening, depending on what the flights look like. So we're not going to be doing it. I wish the Halloween party was that Sunday. That would be kind of great. Maybe, because it depends
that way we
with
wouldn't
Jackson.
have to spend a whole park ticket.
Yeah.
On like a half day.
Yeah, the only thing with that would be is how's Jackson's sleep going to be, like getting him adjusted. Yeah. But that's why then we have the first full day of the parks. We'll have the Halloween party. We'll plan that for the 2nd. We'll do Mickey's Not So Scary on the 2nd. Unfortunately, they have not released our month yet, and just so you know, there's like this little tiny hack. There's probably a bigger hack, but if you go to the 5-day view window and you can change the dates and you go to the latest available, it'll give you up to 5 days from there.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I found that very helpful for when we were booking last vacation.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Surprise. So now you know. I'm sure there's another way to look at everything. I guarantee there is. But this is basically what we have. So I need to go back and we need to find last year's calendar and kind of see what the hours look like, because typically they stay pretty standard. We know what party nights look like, so we need to know what it's going to look like, what hours are going to look like when there's not party nights.
Yeah.
So using WDW Magic as kind of a reference point, we'll look at September's hours and kind of guess what we need to do from there. Based off of a quick reference point, it looks like Wednesdays are like the extended evening hours for Magic Kingdom, and I would assume they're probably still the same as Wednesdays now. So I'll have to look into that and see if it's like going on right now, still Wednesdays. But that looks like that might be our only day to stay late at Magic Kingdom if we wanted to, which is not really a big deal because with Jackson we can't really keep him out late anyways.
Yeah, I mean I think regardless we're going to be keeping him out later than his typical 7:30 or 8 o'clock bedtime, but I don't know, I guess we'll have to see how he's sleeping. If he is adjusting to an actual twin size bed really easily, then I think we could probably plan to stay out later for the evening hours, but if he's not, then
we gotta get back.
Yeah.
It does look like Magic Kingdom is typically 9 to 10 every night, which is perfect for us. So that's good to know. And let's see what Animal Kingdom looks like. Animal Kingdom looks like typically like a 9 to 7. It looks like early entries on Sundays, so we probably won't get any early entries in Animal Kingdom, which is fine.
Saturday and Sunday it looks like early entries.
Yeah, you're right.
No, early entries, look. Early entries all days.
Oh, you're right.
8:30, 8:30, 8:30.
You are correct. So, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see when that releases and see if we can make it to Animal Kingdom early in the morning. But either way, 9 to 7 is easy for Animal Kingdom. Really, the biggest concern is seeing Magic Kingdom hours and extended evening hours. Epcot looks like their hours are on Monday, so maybe that first night we get there, we could stay at Epcot a little bit later.
Yeah.
Even just again, this all depends on Jackson's bedtime too, because we don't want to keep him out too late. But if he's doing fine and sleeping fine, that's okay, we can maybe extend his hours. He can get extended evening hours too, and maybe get to do a couple more things. For Hollywood Studios, it looks like a 9 to 9. So they don't have any extended evening hours, which I don't remember if they've added them now. I think they might.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But 9 to 9 is fine. So that gives us a good idea. We at least know that there's only one night that we're there where there's a party night, because that's what hurt us this last vacation.
God, it was so bad.
Yeah, every night was a Christmas party night, and it's so hard to to see fireworks when you're trying to plan around that.
There were 2 nights that we would have been able to see fireworks at Magic Kingdom because the parties were. There were so many. It was the beginning of December, which is understandable. It was right after Thanksgiving, beginning of December.
Yeah.
So it's full Christmas season, but it was rough.
It was really rough.
So like you want to plan like a Magic Kingdom day like on a party day because it's typically less crowded because no one wants to waste like a full ticket on like a half day. But then when you want to see Happily Ever After, you need to like park hop, and like park hopping with kids can be like a lot, right? You gotta like fold up the stroller and wait on the bus and like take them on the bus and walk back in the park and like,
which could waste a lot of your day.
A whole extra process, like especially with the kid.
Yeah.
And it could waste a lot of your patience.
Yeah.
Because waiting in line for a bus, those bus lines can be long for like adults, never mind kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a lot when you have a child.
Yes, it is. So moving on to character dining.
We have a few different options we'd like to look at, so we'll kind of scroll through and like tell you like what our options are, and we can maybe look at the menu together real quick. So the first option here that we would really like to look at would be Cape May Cafe. So it's a buffet. It's at the Yacht and Beach Club. Well, the Beach Club, at the Yacht and Beach Club. $47 per adult, $30 per child, which I don't think Jackson's included in because he's 2.
Yeah. So really for us, it's more about the adult prices.
Yeah. So everything looks like good enough, but it just doesn't look like there is enough, you know?
One of the things we wonder, and that we're going to have to actually like look into, is do these menus actually include everything that's served? Because some of them we've looked at before, and they do have like a full, it's like eggs, bacon, 2 types of sausage, hash browns, biscuits, like jam, this and that. And then others are basically like this, where it's like waffles, eggs, bacon, sausage. And you're like, oh, okay, is that all you serve?
Yeah,
or
some of them
others?
look like there's a lot more than what there is. And like this one is just like, this is what it is.
One of the things I thought looked really good were the salted caramel beach buns and the cheddar biscuits and gravy. I love biscuits and gravy, so that's always going to be a go-to for me. But the salted caramel beach buns with vanilla,
they sound really good. And the biscuits are cheddar biscuits, which are good. And like something like looks small, but like is actually like a bigger deal is the omelet and carving stations, because like a carving station's a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
it's like a lot of different things to choose from. And then of course like scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage. The one thing they're missing that I really look for is breakfast potatoes. I'm a big potato gal, but they're like hidden. You have to look under the classics for children. Potato barrels.
Yeah.
So they have tater tots, which they're good enough. Reminds me of our Disneyland breakfast with the potato barrels.
Oh, those were so good. Those were fantastic.
But I don't know. I like more of like a hash brownie kind of like casserole-y kind of potato for breakfast. And like tots are okay.
Yeah.
But you could get tots on like any quick service basically for breakfast too.
Very true.
The menu's okay. I'm not like mad at it. It looks smaller than what it is.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to like really look into it to like see that they have a lot more than what it looks like.
Yeah.
So it's an option. Our issue with this is that it is like at a resort, so it wouldn't just be like going to a park, which also takes away time from a park in the morning with the extra travel we'd have to do like back and forth.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see. So I really want to do this one because I'm from New Jersey and Cape May is in New Jersey. Yeah. The whole thing is themed around Cape May.
So it's like brings you a little bit to home.
But it's also something different. What characters do they have there?
It's a great question. So I'm going to have to pull it up on my phone because I had a whole list and it's all gone. So let's do that.
It is Minnie, Daisy, Donald, and Goofy, which is really interesting because there's no Mickey.
Yeah.
But you can like meet Mickey alone at the parks.
Yeah.
You know? So like I feel like it's not a big loss.
Not a big loss.
Jackson is obsessed with Minnie. He really does like Daisy. Donald, of course. But Goofy is his new favorite. Yeah. Goofy is his man.
Goofy's a good one.
So I think the characters are kind of good. They're better than what I thought. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, let's continue on down. So we've done Chef Mickey's, so we're trying to stay away from Chef Mickey's and Ohana, even though those are 2 fantastic choices, and we can always default to going there. So Cinderella's Royal Table is not really one that we've talked about. We've talked about the Crystal Palace, but we've both agreed that, you know, the food there that we've had before was just kind of like, it's okay.
And we've been there a lot.
Yeah.
Like as adults, as kids, like our whole life. Like I feel like we've just been there a whole bunch of times. So we're just really looking for a different experience, even though Jackson would adore Winnie the Pooh and Friends.
Yes. That's a hard thing about that. That's the reason to go there.
Yes, the only reason that it's kind of like we talk about it and then we like bypass it anyway.
Yeah.
Garden Grill is one of the other ones that we are checking out. So we went to Garden Grill in 2019, I believe it was.
And we have a vlog of our experience from that too.
Yeah, it was like around my birthday. We really liked it, but the problem is we went there recently.
Yeah.
But the good thing is Jackson hasn't been there.
Yeah.
And we really liked the food.
Food was fantastic.
Yeah.
Very fresh. And 47 for adult here as well. 30 per child, so same as Cape May, so that stays the same for us.
And this is family style, so I've started to really like family style versus buffet for character dining because you don't have to get up.
Yes.
And like you don't have to worry about like missing someone or like a parent like missing their kid with someone, like a character, because you don't have to get up.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with family style, what Amanda's saying is you don't have to get up to a buffet to get your food. They bring it in a huge skillet.
Platters of it.
And you can still get as much as you want. So like your server will come back and ask you like, oh, do you want any more of this? And you could just continue to get as much as you want. Looking at this, they have, I mean, mixed shape waffles, awesome. They have skillet potatoes, to die for. Great eggs, have a backyard grilled steak, which looks really good too. They have fresh fruit, of course. You go on down, they actually have plant-based foods as well. So I think that's really cool if you're looking for that option.
Yeah. And the breakfast pastry that they have listed up here, when we went, it was like a cinnamon roll pull-apart kind of thing.
It was so
what was it called? Like a ooey gooey cinnamon roll something?
Yeah.
It was really something. It was delicious.
It was
so good.
It was to die for.
We
Literally,
really liked it.
I could have died
like
that day.
That's the reason I want to go back, is for the ooey gooey cinnamon roll thing.
Just for that, yeah.
So good.
This location for characters, there's Chip and Dale and Mickey and Pluto. So Jackson's not as familiar with Chip and Dale just yet. It might be something that we have to get him familiar with. We'll have to see. But yeah, those are the characters. Really good options there as well.
So Hollywood and Vine, we would like to. We have talked about Hollywood and Vine a lot. But for breakfast, it's Disney Junior characters, and Jackson's just not that into those specific Disney Junior characters. So that's kind of sad, so we're not doing that. Ohana, we did this past trip.
Yep, so I have to keep on going. So we've talked about Topolino's Terrace, and I'll show you real quick. It's really expensive. I think when we looked compared to the others, and like for the option, we were like, So
it's not that
no, it's not that bad. 49. That's what it was. Is you choose an entree and you choose whatever. So like it's not like a buffet or like all you can eat or family style.
Yeah,
that's what
selective.
It was. Yes. So there. I mean, obviously there's some really good things in here as well. Some really nice options, but when you're paying this for an entree and like a side and whatnot,
I'd rather just have more options.
Yeah, I'd rather have more options. I'd rather have all these options for $49. So that's why we're Xing out Topolino's. Maybe for dinner sometime we'll go up there together.
Yeah. Our last option is Tusker House. So we've talked about Tusker House a lot. We've looked at it like back and forth a little bit. So let's see, what does it cost?
So Tusker House, 47. So they seem to all be priced at this. I actually feel like Disney just changed all the pricing.
They were definitely different.
They were definitely different.
We looked at it like 2 months ago.
Yes, 100% different. Because you're like, okay, this one's 51, this one's 49, this one's this. So they definitely changed the prices. But with Tusker House, we'll go ahead and say the characters that you get. You're going to get Mickey. You're going to get Donald, Daisy, and Goofy.
Those are good ones,
actually. Really good ones. You're just not getting Minnie and Pluto as far as the 5 go. But that's a really good one. So breakfast offerings, they have pastries, breakfast classics, and see
this like lists like what the pastries are.
Yeah.
Like what the classics are.
So zebra coffee cake, multigrain croissants. You got mini muffins, bagels, danishes. Breakfast meat, you got bacon, sausage, ham and Dewey sausage,
sounds good.
Mickey waffles, Simba waffles, eggs, things like that. So
night oats, Hasmi granola, fruit salad. Ooh, fruit salad, ginger syrup sounds good.
Great and breakfast potatoes.
Breakfast potatoes. See? Breakfast potatoes.
So several good options there as well. So that's where we're deciding. I'm just scrolling down because I'm like, what else is down here?
Yeah.
Specialty cocktails. A lot of specialty cocktails. I have to give that a look later. So it's gonna be, I don't know. We're gonna have to decide very soon of like which one we want to do.
So just looking at everything, like right now, split decision. What are you gonna pick?
That's really.
What are you picking? Don't think. Just spit it out.
I have 2 thoughts.
Spit it out.
I'm gonna give you my 2 thoughts. Tusker House has a lot of options and it's a really good food, and it's in the park. We've heard really great things about it. Cape May, I'm really intrigued by the cheddar biscuits and gravy and the caramel buns, or whatever they were called, caramel beach buns. But that one is a little bit harder for us to get to.
Yeah, Tusker House is my option.
Tusker House, your option?
If you asked me right now, I would say Tusker House.
Wow.
I just feel like the food looks better than what we last saw. I swear,
yeah, they changed all this.
Someone went on and like changed everything just before we looked at it, because we were not that about Tusker House last time, and now I'm looking at it and I'm like, this looks great.
Because last time Tusker House said pastries, breakfast classics, like waffles and pancakes or whatever. Listed. It was not listed, and I was like, what is all this? Yeah. So this is definitely different. Another option is, I don't think we saw it on there. I don't think it has been listed. Was 1900 Park Fair. Oh yeah. But which we did before. They just did a renovation and changed the characters and changed the menu, and we loved it back then. But Jackson doesn't care too much about face characters right now. He's all about the fur characters. Yeah. So there's 2 upsides to the face characters there, and that's Tiana and Mirabelle. But we just don't think there's enough. He's just not a face character kid right now. Yeah, I just don't think there's like enough for him. So like Mitchell keeps wanting it to be an option, but it's not an option. It's not. I want to go back so bad. He wants an option for him, and I do too. I love the food there. I love the characters there even more than the fur characters. But it's not it for us this time. Yeah, maybe next time though. Yeah. So I know we've been talking a lot this vlog, and we've done a lot more rambling than actually doing, but we are still about 3 months out from our Disney vacation, so we can't... We looked a good amount. We did. We did. We definitely did. But we can't physically book anything. So what we're getting together tonight is our ideas, and then next is going to be pen and paper and laying out our trip and the days. So I feel like we... just like, and we do this in our vlogs when we're in the parks too, and like even on our weekend vlogs, like, okay, and this is this, and like here this is, and like we never like show like the thought process, or like why we're going to Space Mountain instead of Big Thunder, and like why things happen. We're just like, here we are. So that's why we wanted to do things like this, to like lay it out and like really discuss it and just see kind of what the planning thoughts are, and see if any of you guys have any ideas to like help us out or help us choose some things. Yeah. So we're looking at some other, besides our character breakfast, that's like our big one. That's like for Jackson, that's like what we've been doing every trip. So this is like a tradition now. But we're looking at some other, maybe one more dining. So we have 3 locations in mind. Yeah, so we usually always go to Chef Art Smith's. And so good. It's so good. It's so good. And maybe we have 2 options in mind. Maybe or two different dining options, you know? Maybe we go to Chef Art Smith's and we have to decide on something else. Well, the thing is, Chef Art Smith's is just so good. Yes. It's the Chef Art Smith's homecoming, food by the way. It's at Disney Springs. I'll ever eat. Everything is so good every time we go. They literally have an option to just get sides as your entree. 3 sides. Yeah, 3 as your entree. As an entree, like. And that's what I've gotten the last 2 times, and it's so good every time. I've had their short ribs, it's good. I've had their fried chicken, it's good. You love the deviled eggs. I love the deviled eggs. You've had the chicken sandwich. Like everything is so good there, and everyone loves it. But it's a little on the pricey side, so that's the downfall. But I really want to go back. Yeah. So we've talked about doing that the first day we get down there, sliding over to Disney Springs, because we really enjoy that, like the first day of getting down to Disney and sliding over to Disney Springs. Yeah, it's like a little like preview. Yeah, it's what we always did with my family when we first got there, and so maybe we'll do that. We'll see. The other options we have are Woody's Rodeo Roundup, which I think I'm saying the name correctly. I did not look it up, and usually not that you don't have the Disney website right in front of you. Let's see. Still pulled up. No. Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. Yeah. Sorry. Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. That's what it is. So get it right. Yeah, we have not done this one yet. The food obviously looks fantastic. Barbecue, you know, you got your American food in there as well. And Jackson loves Toy Story. It's his new favorite movie right now. So this might be one that we do because it is something new that we haven't even done. I've heard it's really hard to get reservations to, so we might have to be really quick on that to try to book that.
And then the last one that we're looking at, which we had reservations for last time, but they were kind of just like, we'll just see, like reservations. Like we didn't know if we would actually like do it or not. So we ended up canceling those. Space 220.
Yes.
So we would really like to do it. We really like the theming. We've seen a few videos, like different things like that. I haven't looked at the menu since like it opened up a few years ago.
Yeah.
So we probably need to like give the menu a good like look over and see if there's anything even for Jackson to eat there, which I'm sure there is. They're really good at catering to kids. But yeah, the theme is really cool. It's in Epcot. It just seems really interesting to us.
I feel like I've heard mixed things about it, but like I want to go for the experience of it.
Yeah, we are very big on like, we'll take advice, but if we really want to do something, we just
gonna do it.
We do it and we form our own opinion.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go about things. It's not like, you can definitely listen to someone else's thoughts, and I think that's important, but I think you got to form your own opinion.
Yeah.
So those are our options. I think there's probably others that we've talked about and discussed, but I can't remember.
Those are the big ones, yeah.
Yeah, those are the big ones. Besides like quick services, there's a lot of quick services we go to while we're in the parks. But I'll tell you one. I'll tell you one that I'd love to go back to again.
Satuli?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, not quick service. A restaurant.
Oh, a restaurant.
Yeah.
We'd like to go back to.
Yeah. We used to go to this restaurant so much when we lived in Florida.
In Disney.
In Disney, yes. When we were cast members.
Reservation.
Oh, yeah. It was on the south side of Disney.
That doesn't mean anything to me. Was it at Epcot?
No.
No. Was it at Animal Kingdom?
Close.
Was it at Hollywood Studios?
No, you're going farther away.
Oh, Boma.
Boma.
Yep.
Boma.
Boma. Yum.
So, I would love to go back to Boma.
Boma's so
It's been so long since we went. We used to go all the time. And that's another breakfast. Well, it's not character, but they have great breakfast as well.
So good. I would literally just like stuff myself to the point where I could barely walk.
Yeah.
So good.
So maybe Boma's
We got a really good discount there as a cast member too.
We did. It was really nice. We got like 40% off back in the day. I don't know what it is now. Back in the day, it was fantastic. So there's a lot of options for us. So we're gonna have to decide, and once we decide, we'll make a video, and we're gonna plan out our days. Our next video is probably gonna be us actually laying out on paper, pen to paper, the park days that we're thinking of and the restaurants that we're thinking of.
You mean a whole Amanda calendar with the Sharpies and everything? A color-coded calendar. It's
going to be great.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, she does a really good job. And it's very visually appealing, and you can navigate it so easily. You're like, oh, okay.
That's the point.
I can feel it. I'm like, oh, I don't even have to read it. I'm like, oh, I know exactly where I'm going by colors.
Once you have the Amanda calendar, you know your trip is coming soon.
Yeah, so that's exactly what we're going to do next. We're actually going to put pen to paper and make everything that we have decided, and then we'll talk about why we decided on it. Like today we kind of discussed our options and what we think, but once we fully decide, we'll tell you why we decided and what days we're going to do all that. So,
and if you have your best guess on what our character breakfast will be, let us know. Yeah,
maybe it's something we decided was a no, and then maybe we're going to go back. I don't know. We'll see. So take a guess. As always, leave a comment and like the video and subscribe to us if you're not already, so that way you can follow along all the planning that we're going to be doing for this trip. We follow our weekend vlogs, our Disney vlogs that we do. So we do a lot of different things.
And our Instagram.
Yes. So check out our Instagram. We post on there as well. That's where we're the most active besides YouTube. So just check us out. Happily Everett After on Instagram. And make sure you subscribe here. But thank you guys for watching this vlog, and we'll see you in our next planning video.